beats and rhymes.
No one can do it better.
Y'all know the rules. When Muhammad Ali, or as he was known back then, Cassius Clay, was squinting to try and rid the substance that was in his eye, some accused Sonny Liston of using liniment on his gloves, and it got into Muhammad Ali's eye. And you see Ali squinting, it's burning his eyes. The natural reaction if a liquid gets in your eyes is to squint. Now Tank did blink, maybe once or twice when he got hit with the jab to the eye. But there was no continuous blinking or squinting like when something is irritating, itching or burning you. If grease got in his eyes, that 2 to 3 second towel rub he got in his face would not have got rid of it. He would have been squinting, therefore after that. There was no grease in his eyes. Tank got hit by a right hand to the cheek, followed up by a jab to the eye. He blinked once as the punch hit his eye and turned away. It's not an uncommon reaction. The eyes are a very sensitive area, and a sharp pain to the eye will often result in reactions like Tank. Thus, he took a knee. If the grease came from his hair, it wouldn't just be an instant reaction. It would gradually seep into his eyes, and then it would be like, okay, what is that? Then it would start burning. The burning would intensify. Then it'd be like, oh, you start squinting. You put your gloves to your eye, like Ali did. In Angelo Dundee's words, Ali got some Vaseline or liniment in his eyes. It took a couple of minutes to clear. Angelo told Muhammad Ali, run until it clears, and he sent him back out there. And you can see Ali squinting all over the place, or blinking, call it what you want. I'm talking about continuous blinking or squinting, when you just keep doing it because something's irritating you, something's burning. Once again, armed with receipts as usual, they tried rinsing Ali's eyes out. Did they do that with Tank?
Hell no, he replied.
Sonny Liston, he was connected to the mob, and another of his opponents, Eddie Machin, claims he experienced the same thing that Ali did when he fought Liston. Did Calvin, Kenny, Barry wash Tank's eyes out? Is there any reference to that? This is the closest Tank has came to losing a fight. He's in the 9th round, and Lamont is giving him his toughest battle. Tank got hit with that right to the cheekbone, then them jabs hit the eye. You could call it a panic attack. He knew at that point there, Lamont was getting on top of him. He had to check out. Remember days before the fight, he spoke about his fear of losing and becoming a meme. When them punches started to connect, that's what he started thinking about. And he had to check out at that point there. Perhaps he got double vision. Equilibrium went off kilter. But he needed to check out. Buy some time. 9th round. You look at the sequence of punches. After the right hand comes the left jab to the eye. He looks at the referee first for some kind of assistance, like to say, illegal tactics. Help me. Then he went to the knee. Then when he realized he was going to get counted, he ran off to the corner for the towel. Tank had a bit of a panic attack. It had nothing to do with hair grease. Amanda Serrano saying she had to pull out of a fight because she got her hair done a couple of days from a fight. And the same thing happened to her. The hair products were running into her eye. She had to call off the fight. And she brought this up in support of Tank. Tank reposted it, and I'm thinking, Tank, you can't use that as an alibi. You know why? Amanda is a woman. Women do crazy things on their quest to style their hair and do their makeup and get themselves together. That's what women do. You're a dude. And besides, Amanda didn't get in the ring and have a breakdown. So it's not comparable.
Cut loose for that Jerry curl juice.
Yeah, you've been boxing all them years, you didn't know you just can't take a timeout when you want. Maybe he thought he was entitled to do so because he's been protected over there on the PBC for so long. And Steve Willis, like I say, either incompetent or corrupted. Either one is unacceptable. The girl who done Tank's hair denied she had any culpability in Tank taking the knee. She said she did the hair on Wednesday, Tank did press, gym, and the weigh-in. She showed the contents of the product that allegedly put the grease in Tank's eye, and it didn't have no grease in it. Go sue her if she's telling lies, Tank. If a substance gets in your eyes, surely, like Angelo Dundee said, we tried to rinse the substance out of Ali's eye, and you've got to wait a little time for it to clear itself so normal function is restored. Tank didn't seem to have no eye issues after he took the knee and ran to the corner.
Y'all know the rules. Y'all know the rules.
Somebody pulled up on the controversial Steve Willis, the referee.
What you was thinking when Tank took the knee?
I can't speak that.
Can't speak on that?
Can't speak that.
He did some bullshit though?
I can't speak.
No personal opinion, nothing?
Can't speak that.
Fucking prick.
Lamont Roach Jr. fought an unbelievable fight, but I'll bet nobody saw this coming. Davis retains the championship because of referee Steve Willis. Nobody could have seen that coming. The fact that Gervonta Davis has the championship still in his possession because the referee just ignored the rules. It wasn't like he didn't see Davis go down. He was looking right at him. He pulled him out of the corner and got him back to fight. But he just decided not to call it a knockdown. Just ignored the rules.
Y'all know the rules. Y'all know the rules.
Lamont Roach, he should enjoy it while he can, because boxing, things can always turn around unexpectedly. He sent some tweets at Tank saying he's heard that your favorite fighter might become 31-0, meaning there might be an appeal process that he's going through. I'm not sure how serious that is. I think he's just winding up Tank. And Tank, under so much fire since he was gifted that draw, has made an about turn from saying he's not going to fight Lamont next. Now he wants an immediate rematch.
Pressure, the pressure, pressure, the what? Pressure, the pressure.
To the Eddie Seckback knowledge of boxing crowd, what else have we learned? Not only was Lamont robbed of vital points that he would have got from a knockdown, with the scores being so tight, the fight being scored a draw, Tank taking his time out could have been disqualified, because any time while a round is still in progression without the referee's permission that you get either attention or have a dialogue with your corner could warrant a disqualification.
It was like a cascade of mistakes, errors. I've met Steve Willis on several occasions. Nice guy, been a good referee for a long time, but had a terrible night. It was one mistake on top of another on top of another. It's one thing for that to happen, but to happen in that spotlight for that magnitude of a fight. This was not a 4-rounder, which I'm not excusing screwing up in a 4-rounder, but it certainly doesn't have the magnitude of a main event of a major pay-per-view on a world championship fight, with one of the biggest names in the sport. By the way, Lamont Roach may not be a superstar name, but he's a world champion at 130 pounds. This is not some jamoke that's in the fight. This is a real fighter, a real legit guy.
Dan Raphael was going very quick, so I'm not going to play his transcript. I'm going to try and translate what he was saying. So Amazon Prime are claiming they had some technical issues with the replays. One theory is that they were not getting the replays in time to make a judgment in the 9th round. Now, when they get the replay, they have a certain time to make a judgment call that they can't exceed. So on Saturday, there was 2 minutes left in the round. Then the minutes rest after the 9th. And I believe 30 seconds would have been added on to the interval. So 3.5 minutes to take action on what they see on the replay. Dan Raphael said he spoke to the commission, to the people in the broadcasting truck, and he was suggesting there were conflicting accounts. Either they didn't get the replays in time to act on them, or they didn't see a punch land to warrant action being taken. Do I believe in 2025 they couldn't get hold of replays for all the tech-savvy motherfuckers that must be in Amazon Prime? No, I don't. A spokeswoman from the New York State Athletic Commission cited the technical issue preventing the commission from receiving the replay within the allotted time for review. Therefore, the referee's in-ring decision was relied upon and the fight continued. The commission is dedicated to preserving the integrity of combative sports and is committed to working with all promotions and production teams on behalf of the athletes, officials, and fans to ensure technical issues do not occur in the future that prevent the delivery of ringside instant replay feeds to the commission officials when needed. Davis should have been disqualified. Only the referee can stop the action. The cornerman certainly can't just decide to attend to their fighter during a round that's in progress. The bottom line is, Tank got hit with a jab and went to take a knee. The referee did his job and started counting, and had no business not completing his count to count the knockdown. Tank said they took the fight from me and made it a draw because I did the bullish knee, but landed the most punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee. I get it though. I shouldn't have done that, but that hair grease was burning my eyes. Oh dear. I mean, he got hit with about 3 punches before the knockdown. Whether they were concussive punches or not, he got hit with punches. Readers added context, misleading. COMPUBOX said Davis landed less punches round by round. Jabber AI also had Davis landing less punches per round. Oh dear. I think Tank might be better for just shutting the fuck up.
Hey Lamont. Hey, congratulations on that performance. Shakur Stevenson said that if you can't get the rematch, he has a championship fight waiting for you. What do you think about that?
That's why I love him. And that's what I want to do. I want to fight the best fights. You know, hopefully we can get the rematch. If not, more than likely we can get in there with Shakur because we already talked. It's all about good competition. I'm in here trying to prove that I'm the best.
Shakur feels that Gervonta Davis underestimated Lamont Roach. I feel as though Tank didn't understand or realize how good Lamont was. He was kind of sleeping on him. I felt as though Lamont was catching him when he was not expecting it. Tank would throw, and he's not used to certain shit coming back. When shit started coming back, it caught him by surprise. Asked if his foe was hurt in the fight. Shakur had no doubts that Tank was hurt. And you see, what he said is correct. He wasn't expecting the battle he got, and he had to check out in round 9 to reevaluate what was going on. Nothing to do with hair grease. Shakur said, I've seen Lamont winning. I really felt like he was in control of the fight. I think Tank had some good moments. I feel like when he was boxing boring, he was more in control. When he tried to fight, I felt like Lamont was on point. People like Eddie Setback and a lot of the Tank Davis fans, maybe they know they're annoying, but don't understand why they're annoying. Screaming, look at all the Tank haters coming out. When Lamont says he's looking for the Tank Davis rematch, and if not, we know Shakur is ready to go. It's all about fighting the best competition. That's all we want to hear from boxers. We want to see the best fights. There's not a heterosexual man alive, unless he really worships Tank like Ellie does, who is interested in a hair grease excuse. And I'm not going to make no anti-rainbow jokes to go at you guys, but Tank wasn't willing to give us the fights when the windows were open to make them happen. He's not willing to do that. And if you think we're going to pick Tank over Lamont, who was expressed to us, I'll give you what you guys want as long as I'm paid. We've got our guy. It's got nothing to do with colour, race, ethnicity, nationality, nothing to do with none of that. Tank's personality, who he is as a person, it's got nothing to do with none of that. Anyone who heard what I just said and agreed with what I said, they're going to be rooting for Lamont to win a rematch with Tank. Just for the reasons I just expressed there. Tank, post-fight, said he's not going to rematch Lamont Roach. And then he changed his mind and say no more, I'm pushing for the rematch. He posted this in Twitter. Lamont Roach Jr. said, fuck you mean you pushing, nigga? My contract already signed and set for the immediate rematch, because you put it in there, just in case you lost. Only reason we don't fight is because you scared. And then there was a post from the Ring magazine. A representative for Gervonta Tank Davis reached out to Top Rank after his draw with Lamont Roach to inquire about the Vasily Lomachenko's availability for a fight later this year, the Ring has learned. So, he wants to fight the 37-year-old boxer who hasn't fought since May last year, has had 2 fights since 2022, and is semi-retired, holding on to the IBF belt for Lord knows what, and has already turned down an offer to fight Tank Davis in a unification last year, as well as ducking Shakur Stevenson. This is who you want to fight, when he's got a rematch clause that he put in the contract just in case he lost to Lamont Roach. Now he's drew with him, and most people consider it a loss, and now you're talking to Lomachenko for a fight? Anyone who says you're a hater because you don't support Tank Davis is an extremely ignorant individual. I mean, outrageous. Has one contentious fight that could have went the other way. The obvious thing to do is run it back. Instead, They want to go for 37-year-old inactive champion who the IBF probably should have stripped by now, whose best performances were not at 135. Tank would rather take that fight than clean up the situation with Lamont Roach. They're going to mess around with Lamont. That's what they're going to do. They're going to mess around with Lamont, and he signed a rematch clause. And for the Tank Davis friendly media and fan base, as long as they can mess with people, then they see themselves in a position of power. The way people like Ray Jackass on Twitter, Ellie Setback, and the rest of the Tank Davis people think is, let's try and fuck up Lamont's career. Let's say we're going to take the fight and mess him about and then not make the fight, and then blame Lamont for why the fight is not going to happen. Because they don't want Tank to try and silence Lamont by rematching him and putting on a dominant display. They don't want to do that. Lamont is the enemy because he embarrassed their hero. So now they want to play social media games so they can be a part of it. Don't really want to see no real boxing. But if Lamont can, as someone replied here, don't rematch him. Go to Turkey and get 5 million and a title shot versus Shakur. He believes Lamont won the fight. Lamont has momentum and he should use it accordingly. He's with Top Rank anyway. He's not a PBC fighter. Let Tank pursue the Lomachenko fight. Top Rank have a partnership with Turkey Al Sheikh. Yeah, go get the Shakur Stevenson fight. I won't even expect it to happen the very next fight if Lamont was to hook up with Turkey. Turkey will get a game plan together. Let's get you acclimated to how we do things in the real world of boxing over at Riyadh. We'll get you one fight first. We'll get Shakur a fight. You fight on the same bill. Let's schedule this for, let's say, June. Then October, November, let's go. Andy CRUZ responded to me and Lennox's dialogue on Twitter. Lennox reminded me, I remember you saying that Andy Cruz Gomez Jr. would give Tank fits if that Mando shot is called. After what we saw last night, he'd give him nightmares. And I replied, yep, nightmares on Elm Street. And Andy replied with a Freddy Krueger meme. Yeah, Andy's breathing down Tank's neck for a title shot as well.
But you know, this is boxing. You know, one loss and you're written off. And even if that loss is against a great boxer, you know, I thought Bell actually would beat Smith. Because I thought, well, you know, maybe he may be still in the ascendancy and maybe Callum is coming towards the end of the career. He just showed that there's still a bit of life left in the old dog. You know, he's just a level above Morazzi, skill-wise, most definitely.
Let me just see what Scrapyard.
Yo.
What's happening?
I just want to know why Frank Warren paying that money.
Pay to who?
That robbery. Like,
hey,
how many
politics, man. That was corruption.
How many hype jobs UK got? Like, goddamn.
You're not impressed with UK boxing, though?
Y'all got too many hype jobs, man. Like, AJ.
What? So what? You got a lot of hype jobs over there, though. Wilder.
Nah, okay, Wilder. Nah, Tank.
Yeah. He's the hype job. He ain't fought nobody. AJ's been a unified champion. Who Tank unified against, bruh?
How's Tank a hype job?
Who's Tank fought? All right, name a unified champion that Tank's fought, or a unified fight Tank's been in.
None. But that don't make him. That don't make him.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
How? I don't
understand. It's a hype job, bruh. He ain't fighting nobody. He ducks everybody. He said in his last interview, I don't want to be made a meme of. That's why I'm scared of taking a loss. He said it out of his mouth.
Who could beat Tank right now?
He's not fighting nobody, so how would I know?
Who could beat Tank right now?
I say Keyshawn now.
So basically, you want me to debate with you who I think Tank could beat without him actually fighting?
No, I said who can beat Tank. You said
no. I'm telling you now. This is what I'm telling you now, bro. I am not spending time debating who he could hypothetically fight and beat when he could actually fight them in the ring. I'm not debating that, bro. He's a hype job. He's a hype job. No, he's a hype job. He's a hype job.
You're not explaining how he's a hype job.
I'm telling you, between half the money for Turkey Al Sheikh and Eddie Hearn, record purses, and he won't take the fights.
He don't gotta fight over there. He already making money.
Oh God, you guys just
I
need to stop
can't do
sucking
this,
tank
bro.
off.
I tell you what, yeah.
Look what I did. Hold on.
Stop fucking him off and demand that he fight someone with a pulse.
You gotta go. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Simple
doing it. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I have to pry him off, bro. I'm not doing it.
Just you know, look. If you're gonna have standards, you have the same standards for everyone. Simple as.
That was funny though. These tank sexuals are very, very funny people.
Yeah. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it.
They're funny people, man.
Boxing. Beats and rhymes. No one can do it better.